Wait, what? So this happened. I'm Rachel Velis, and this is the podcast Hell is Not the End, although it feels like just the beginning sometimes. Is anything really the end, though? This podcast is meant to explore the limitless possibilities of one's own soul. Why do people do bad things? Why are there countless happenings beyond understanding? Why, when we are cautioned not to do something, do we just do it anyway? The definition of curiosity, a strong desire to know or learn something. There you have it. I will curiously explore why. Hell is not the end. Do you remember that moment when everything made sense and when life came together? Yeah, me neither. It's been about a month since we've been able to bring an episode together. Missed you guys. Anyways, let's get to it. Since September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, I wanted to revisit our last suicide episode. I felt like the current awareness is getting better, and yet there still is so much that needs to be learned. The whys still need to be explored, and the hows still need to be analyzed to stop this from happening in the future and to protect those who may be contemplating. Also, you cannot always change the minds of people that feel alone and have already decided that feeling will never go away. It's the weirdest thing to even comprehend how to talk to someone about suicide, let alone contemplate it for yourself. But it happens, and here we are. It's sad to say that in the small community that I live in, I knew the majority of the suicide victims for the past year. I don't even think it's a pandemic sitch. You can't blame everything on the pandemic, but just a very real mental health sitch. So it's become very apparent that most of us need help. It is nothing to feel bad about or embarrassed about. Even if you just have questions, just ask. Your life is not worth the loss of life, and please just know that. Of course, I can say this all day long, but until you hear it and understand it, it may not matter much. Due to this ever-changing, evolving world, this interview episode is more of a Q&A episode voiced by me. Question: what goes through your mind when you hear the word suicide? Answer: so many things, like my heart just drops. My brain immediately needs to know why. Question: have you ever thought about it for yourself? Answer: I have, but not sure how serious a thing it was when I was thinking about it. Throughout my entire life I've contemplated, but I can't say that I ever really had a set plan of how or where or anything like that. Not even close, but just thinking about it. I don't think that thinking about it is anything to be embarrassed about. It happens. Question: have you ever known anyone who has committed suicide? Answer: unfortunately, I have. Question: how did it make you feel knowing that someone you personally knew had taken their own life, and knowing that you had contemplated the same thing? Answer: it doesn't make you feel very good. My immediate reaction was self-blame and anger. What could I have done to help this person? What frame of mind were they in? I also felt kind of dumb having considered suicide for myself as well. Suicide just doesn't affect the person doing it, but it affects everyone around you. For it being such a personal thing, and like having that feeling of being so alone, if you do decide to end your life, you are hurting everybody around you. Question: did you know ahead of time that this person was even considering suicide? Answer: no. Not sure how I would have handled it. Had I known ahead of time, would there have been a different outcome had I known? Obviously, I'll never have a chance for a do-over. Sometimes I think that people think they are doing a world a favor by eliminating themselves from this life that can be so cruel at times, when that is just not the case. I mean, this person had problems, but everyone has problems. I mean, don't they? I know I do. Question: what questions would you have had for this person? Answer: oh man, so many. I feel like it would almost be impossible for me to try and get any questions answered. I mean, if I asked someone who had attempted suicide and did not succeed, I feel like the reasons why could be completely different from me trying to figure out what actually happened to the person that I knew. I feel like people have their reasons, but it's possible no one's reasons are the same. Similar maybe, but not the same. I also feel like if I had blurted to this person why, there is no one why answer. It could have been built up with many different factors. Question: what would you want to say to this person if you had the chance? Answer: I would want to say, you will be missed. There is someone out there that would benefit from you being in their life. You have no idea how your presence affects others. Also, I would want to say, don't. Just don't. Nothing is ever easy. Life isn't easy. All we can do is try to be mindful and kind to each other as best we can. And no, this is not always easy. Know that you have resources and that you are not alone. The National Suicide Prevention Hotline is 1-800-273-8255. They have a website, and you can chat online if that's how you feel more comfortable. You can reach out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There is always someone out there to help. My hope is that no one has to live in fear, ever. As always, I will never give up and read the signs. Special thanks to all my favorite people on this planet in wikipedia.org. Thanks so much for listening. I am Rachel Velis, and this is the podcast, Hell is Not the End.